Today in the wood yard, going to make this wood look like that. Coming up right now. So the last 2 days, I had just a couple hours at the end of the day, and I split this pile that you see behind me here. And I moved the splitter over to here because what I've got left is a quarter of this truckload here. So this is half that's not cut yet. There's the other half that was cut, and I got that quarter split, so I got about a quarter more to go. And I've got about a half a day. I think it's about noon now, so I got maybe 6-7 hours, only a half a day. So I'm going to try to get this done today yet before dark. That's my plan anyway. And yesterday when I was here splitting, I broke my splitter lever again here. And so I stopped at the store and I picked myself up a couple of grade 5 bolts that were big enough to put in here. So here's what I picked up. I can get it out of the bag. I picked up some grade 5 bolts to put in there to make a new lever, but then it dawned on me, I don't need to do that. All I got to do is unscrew this bolt, this nut right here, take out what's left of the threaded bolt, screw this back into it, and I'm good to go again because it's all threaded. But what I was thinking of doing is I'm going to take, instead of just putting one nut to tighten it down so it doesn't unscrew itself, I'm going to line this whole thing with nuts all the way up. And that way it'll give it some extra strength if I get them down tight enough to each other that it should make it more rigid, and maybe I won't snap it off as much. Apparently this has happened to a couple other guys. I guess it happened to Joe and Joe's Premium and one other guy, I guess. But it's because of all the force, because I'm hitting it hard back and forth all the time, and it's only a 3/8 inch bolt, which isn't that much. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this nut off, take this threaded part of the bolt out of there, screw this down into it, but then I'm going to put a whole bunch of nuts on top of this to strengthen it up so it's a little thicker. So that's my plan anyway. Well, I'll get it done right now, and I'll show you when I get it done. Okay, so here's my hillbilly fix, I guess is what it'd be called. All I got to do is just screw this back in, and it does go down a good half an inch or so. And then all that was keeping it on there before was this one little keeper nut that tightened down to keep it from spinning and loosening up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this one off all the way to the top, and then I think I'm going to need about 6 or 7 nuts all the way down, and I can still screw it in, and then I can tighten each one of those down on top of each other, and that'll stop it from flexing on here. Hopefully it'll give it a little bit of a rigidity, because each of the nuts will be bumping up against each other here, stacked, and it might not break off as much, but I'll be able to use the same lever, which is kind of nice. So I'm just going to screw these all on, line them all up so that I get a stack of nuts here, and then I'm going to tighten them down against each other, and that hopefully will give it a little bit more stiffness, and it won't flex as much when I'm hammering on the lever back and forth all day long every day like I do, and it won't break. So for those of you that wonder why it broke, it's because I use a lot, and I do hit it hard, and I do use my equipment. I don't baby it, and that's just the way it is. And I think for those of you that only do a little bit of wood, yeah, you probably wouldn't break it. But this is a weak point right here. It's needs to be a little bit thicker chunk of steel, I think. Instead of being a 3/8, maybe like a 1/2 inch would be good. But anyway, so I got these all threaded on here. There you go, they're all threaded on, and I'm just going to screw it in here then. Use my same lever, so that's kind of sweet. I think that's pretty tight. And then I'm going to tighten it down into the receiver part here. Just tighten each one of these nuts down. Oh yeah, that's going to tighten up real nice. And it'll stiffen the whole thing up a whole bunch here. Get each one of these sets here cranked in there. There. It's like brand new. Awesome. Ready to rock and roll again. Here we go, it's splitting time. So there, it's fixed. Now I can get to splitting and get some actual work done instead of just playing with my toys. I like to split wood. I like to cut wood. I like to sell wood. I like to dump wood. I like to be in the woods. All those things. But right now I got to do some lubrication. I'm going to start her up, and I'm going to make big pieces of wood into little pieces of wood. What's the deal here? There we go. Forgot to choke it. So we're going to do some splitting. It's only about 40 degrees out. It seems that winter does not want to let go. Tonight it's supposed to freeze, and it's the middle of April. So here we go, work time. The splitting has been going excellent, and just walking around the pile so you can see how much I got done here. And the pile grows. I cleared out all this stuff in here, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the splitter and I'm going to run the table up into this end, and then as I split I'll stand on that side where it can just fall off. I'll throw some stuff over here and I'll just work my way this direction. So that's what's about to happen. I'm going to reposition the splitter so that I can get in that corner there. So let's see what happens here. See if I can move the hog over there. There's a lot of debris on the ground, so it might be pretty hard. I gave it a little pull. I got it started here already. I pulled it out, I don't know, maybe a foot or so. So just give it a little heave ho, and I might have to clear some stuff out so I can make the corner here. Yeah, you can't do this with any of the bigger splitters. You can't really move them around. And as far as having your splitter move itself, this works just excellent, because as the wood comes off, the splitter just keeps moving into the free space, and all of your split chunks fall right off the end. Hopefully I got enough room to get it in here. I just kind of guessed. Looks like I should be okay. Come on, baby. Oh, I got little chunks here in the way. I don't have to get it all the way. If I get it most of the way in here, that'll be good. Oh, another chunk. It doesn't take much, just one little piece. Stops the wheel from rolling. Those little, like wood chucks that you, chocks, is that what you call them? Chocks you put behind a wheel so it doesn't roll you like a trailer or whatever. Same thing with this. There, that's good enough. So there, I got it in here, so now it can just fall off the end and I can fill that way and the splitter can go this direction. Time to start her up again. Here we go. Splitting. So there it is. The pile is done. That was the last one. So it starts, well, I ended up here. And today we started somewhere back over on the other side of Cooking Woody over there. But it goes all the way around over here. So yeah, there it is. It's a pretty good sized pile. That is 1/2 of 1 truckload of maple. And the other half is right here. And I plan on cutting that very soon in the next few days anyway. I got a couple other things to do between now and then, but I'm going to get this cut up as soon as I can and then get it split so I can get it stacked and it can start drying. So that took, I did 2 hours the first night, 2.5 hours last night, and then just now, because I was gone for about an hour, let's see, 12, right now it's 6:30, so I thought about 5 hours worth, so about 9.5 hours to do this, which is just about right. To do a truckload's around 20 hours, 18 to 22 depending on how big it is and how good the wood is, how fast I can go as far as the splitting. Cutting, I can usually cut the whole thing in about 12 hours pretty easily if I'm by myself, where I got to chuck the rounds, but if someone's here to chuck them out of the way, I can get one done in more like about 6 hours if I can just cut and don't have to chuck the rounds out of the way. So that's the next one that's got to be done over there. And then this pile over here of the cherry has got to be done. And then those rounds over there, logs over there that I'm going to make into the Swedish candles or the chimney fires. That's what I'm going to do with those. And I had a couple over here I left out. There's some of these pieces right here that are hollow that I'm going to use for chimney fires too. There's about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 of them in there, something like that. So anyway, that is done. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Please hit the buttons, the share, the like, the subscribe. You know what to do. And between now and tomorrow, get outside, get cutting, stack some wood, cut some wood, go for a walk, call your mom. Yeah, do that stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Irene.